damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green is here with you once again. They've delivered the articles of impeachment. Dun, dun, dun. Did you see that shit? Did you see that gaggle of fucking morons taking the articles of impeachment over to the Senate? That shit looked like a high school reunion for the class of 1946. What the fuck? Now maybe it's my military mind, but seeing people march in ranks like that who aren't in step, there's no height line, that shit just looked fucked up to me. And if these were some real charges, he did some real shit, like Clinton, like there were actual, yeah, he did this, there's proof, that would be different. Then all that pageantry would be acceptable. But knowing that it's bullshit charges, knowing that it's a bunch of bullshit and it's a bunch of lies and it's a bunch of, well, we don't like him, so let's get him out, that shit just looks stupid. It looked dumb. Like, stop shitting on these proceedings. Just email the fucking articles of impeachment to him so we can get this shit over with. I was reading about it, now all these text messages are coming out and written notes and voicemails. And I read one of the voicemails, I can't remember, there's so many names involved in this shit. There's some lady, she calls and leaves a message saying, hey, I need a chance to speak with the big one. I know it's late there, sorry. That was the voicemail. What is the big one? I don't know, is she talking about speaking to the president? Or does the dude she's calling have a big dick? I don't know. It shouldn't be this complicated and convoluted. There's so much shit. There's so many people involved. Like, I thought Trump did something wrong. Tell me what Trump did. I'm not a blind follower of anyone or anything. If he did something wrong, I'm gonna fucking talk about it. But what is it? I thought this all stemmed from a phone call to the Ukrainian president, because they accused Trump of withholding military support or funding to the Ukraine unless they did something for him. Is that what they call the quid pro quo? But then he released the transcripts of the phone call and there was nothing there. So now this is based off of text messages and people in Trump's orbit. That's how I know it's bullshit and they say shit like that. Well, this person there's a picture of him with someone in Trump's orbit. What the fuck does that mean? Like, that shit's dumb. And now there's some dude who is a Trump supporter and he ran for Congress or some shit and there's pictures of him with Trump, so that must mean Trump knew his every move, and they're surveilling this fucking ambassador to the Ukraine, some nobody lady. Like, how much power does an ambassador really have? Don't they just ambassador, whatever that is? Like, this shit is so confusing, and it shouldn't be. Like our tax code. It shouldn't be that complicated to know why you're taking this money from me. So why is this impeachment thing so complicated? Trim the fucking fat. Tell me what he did. Give me the times and dates so I know how to feel about this shit. But it's a bunch of bullshit. Now, the way it works is, apparently, for any reason they want, Congress can impeach a president. There was never any doubt that they were going to vote to pass the articles of impeachment and impeach the president. Okay, Trump's been impeached. The history books will say Trump was impeached in 2019. Okay, so now they deliver the articles of impeachment literally to the Senate. The Senate, they act like they're basically a bunch of jurors, because the trial is going to be presided over by the Chief Supreme Court Justice, John Roberts. He's going to be there presiding over the case. What do they call them? Impeachment managers, basically fucking lawyers for the Congress. They're going to be there pleading their case as to why Trump should be removed from office, because this is the next step. He's been impeached. Now let's get him out of office. Of course, that takes 2/3 of the vote from the Republican-controlled Senate. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Lindsey Graham was like, man, that shit ain't happening. We'll see what the Supreme Court Justice says, but Chief Justice, I should say. But that's what's going to happen. That's what the impeachment trial is going to be. It's supposed to start today. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how long this shit is drawn out. But why can't it be more clear cut? Everything I've seen, all the videos I've seen, all the articles I read, the shit is so confusing. You got this guy who did a message for that guy, and he's been arrested for campaign finance violations, but isn't that his fault? How is this connected to Trump? What did Trump do? Who did he order to do stuff? I don't understand that yet. It's too fucking confusing. And this is all a bunch of bullshit. This is all because the Democrats don't like Trump. Trump is not a career politician. He's not woven into all these corporations and people pulling strings. He's not beholden to anybody, any lobbyists. He got here on his own campaigning, his own fucking money. So he can go in there and drain the swamp, so to speak. He can go in there and wreck shop on these motherfuckers and do what we want because he doesn't owe anybody anything. So because he's a threat to their power and their status and their fat cat bloated fucking life that they've become accustomed to because they are career politicians, because they have been in office for 25 to fucking 40 years. They've been in power. They've been in government since before the fucking cell phone. Before the handheld cell phone. That's how long they've been in fucking government. So they're comfortable, they're complacent, they're corrupt. They're in too deep. They can't just tell all these fuckers they've been doing the bidding for and they've taken money for and they've done all this corrupt shit with. They can't tell them now, all right, I'm done. I'm turning over a new leaf. No, you know too much. Trump is a threat to that. They can't let it happen by any means necessary. We got to get this motherfucker out of here, even if we make up some bullshit charges, which they are. So give me proof that they're not bullshit charges, and I'm on him with you. But I haven't seen shit yet. Nothing clear cut. That's not complicated as fuck. I don't care about people in his orbit. I don't care about people who took pictures with him. Because now if you're telling me that him taking a picture with somebody means he had something to do with what this person went off and fucking did, then you're telling me that every celebrity and every fucking rapper and every athlete that took a picture with Trump before he ran for president, who is now calling him a fucking racist, they're racist too. If I'm going by this bullshit mainstream mediocre's logic, simply because you took a picture with him, you know what he was doing, you were part of it. So all you celebrities, you knew Trump was racist, you're a part of his racism. You're a part of his racist regime. You support it. So if that's the case, what are we supposed to think of the picture of Hillary Clinton kissing former Ku Klux Klan Grand Wizard of whatever the fuck he was Grand Wizard of, Robert Byrd, on the cheek? What are we supposed to think? You see how stupid that shit sounds? What the fuck? So like I said, the impeachment trial, the trial of the century, is supposed to start today. I will keep you abreast to the situation. Also, something I wanted to talk about real quick is the Prime Minister, the Prime Blackface, Al Jolson 2.0, the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin that little pencil neck bitch had the nerve. You see now he grew a beard. Now you got to take him seriously. Now he's a man. He has a beard. But he is blaming, or he blamed, the United States, or more specifically, the president, for that plane being shot down, that Ukrainian flight that was shot down that killed 176 people total, 57 of which were Canadian citizens. And I believe 85 passengers were Iranians themselves. No one's harder, no one kills more Muslims than, you finish the sentence. Anyway, so this little punk is saying that it's Trump's fault that fucking airline was shot down. He said that it's Trump's fault because the Iranian military was on edge. He said because of the tensions there, that's why they shot down the flight on accident. Man, who the fuck casted their vote for this idiot? So how is it? That doesn't even make sense. That's like saying if somebody breaks into your house, if someone comes over the next day and rings the doorbell and you shoot them through the door, it's the burglar's fault that you shot that person because you were on edge due to the break-in. No. That doesn't remove you from responsibility. It's like, oh, I was on edge, so I shot through the door. I'm not going to jail. Bullshit. No matter what's going on in Iran, it doesn't excuse the military shooting down a civilian airplane. Those two things have nothing to do with each other. And he's trying to put the blame or put the spotlight on America because he knows he ain't gonna do shit. Iran already admitted that they shot the plane down. What the fuck are you gonna do? You gonna put on your fucking Arabian Nights costume and your brown face paint and go over there and try to suck their dick? Because that's what you're gonna do. You ain't gonna do shit, Justin. I want answers. You got the answer. Iran's like, we did that shit. Now what? Don't try to blame that shit on us. It's not America's fault. It's not our president's fault. It's Iran's fault for shooting down a fucking airliner. What kind of equipment are they using? These fools probably got the cup with the string on it and another cup at the other end. That's the height of their military technology. It must be if you mistakenly shot down a fucking passenger plane. Don't blame that shit on us. That's the ignorance of fucking Iran. Or maybe they did that shit on purpose. I don't know. But either way, it's their fault. We didn't force them to fucking shoot that plane down, and we bombed that motherfucker with a drone. So it's not like there was a warplane in the sky earlier. It was a fucking drone, which on a radar screen, if you can even see it, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? But anyway, a drone, which is much smaller than a fucking passenger plane, would have a much smaller signature on the radar screen, if you could even see it. So then what? We use something tiny. These things are humongous. You guys couldn't tell the difference? Maybe you don't need a military. If you can't tell the difference between a drone and a passenger plane, you don't need a military. How the fuck was it our fault, Justin? I love saying that shit, man. Fuck him. Anyway, I gotta hop in this damn rat race, people, but you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. And there are 3 brand new Jericho Green notification tones uploaded on fanatictones.com. Link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.